What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review, but this is not a movie. It's my X-Men 97 episode by episode recap. The episode. Episode number 5. If you haven't seen episode 5 yet, I'm sure you've heard about it. I'm sure you've seen on social media, or if you hang with people that are watching the series, everybody's been talking about episode 5. Especially coming after 4. 4 was lackluster. You know, Jubilee fighting Mojo. But they came back with a vengeance. Episode 5. Let me tell you something. This is how good the writing is. This episode at first focused on it was kind of going the love triangle vibe in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They were giving like interviews to the mutants. It started out with like a TV show. They're interviewing the X-Men and different members and like how that's going. And, you know, Cyclops is opening up. Like, you know, me and Jean have been trying to connect since she came back into my life. Madeline's gone. And so you're getting a glimpse that they're having miscommunication. He thinks she's feeling one way. She thinks he's feeling one way. But when they talk separately, you're like, yo, that's not even the case. As is, that's what happens in real life. You think it's this way. And then it's like, no, it's that way. But I thought you were doing this. Well, I thought you was doing this. And then you were fighting and tussling and had that tension for no reason. So it's that miscommunication. And also on the other love triangle, you got Rogue, Magneto, and Gambit. Gambit's already suspicious, like, yo, Rogue and Magneto been acting strange. Magneto been giving me trash energy. What's going on, Shad? Like, you know, Gambit was like, what's going on, Shoulder? And Rogue has been kind of shady with it. She hasn't really been too transparent about her past dealings with Magneto. So you got that going on, and it's like, you know, Cyclops is dealing with losing his son. His son's not dead, but he had to send his son away to the future. And so he's dealing with that, and he did build something with Madeline, even though it's not the real Jean Grey. They still conceived a child. Like, they still spent some time together. Like, fingers locked. They was doing this, and they smashed and conceived a child. And that child was like, yo, we're gonna send your baby to the future. Imagine that. Imagine you going through that. You just had a kid. Now you got to send your kid away with Bishop to the future to get the help he needs to survive this virus that he has. You just going to go on about your day? You just going to be like, all right, my kid's gone in the future. Where's he at? He's in the future. About 40, 50 years into the future. I won't see him. You trying to hold it together, but you ravaged inside. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot to deal with. That's some heavy baggage. And the real Jean doesn't have that heavy baggage because that's not her child. She can relate, but she can't relate. And while she's trying to process everything, you know what I'm saying, Wolverine rolls up and her and Wolverine are talking and like, hey, man, whatever's going on, I'm always Logan. I'm out here, and I love you, Red. And then she kisses Wolverine on the lips. It was like a friendship. I appreciate you kiss, but on the lips, this is what we doing with the friends? On the lips, she playing with Wolverine's mind, man. And Wolverine's like, man, I know you ain't mean it. I know, you know, you made a mistake. He's already setting up his defense mechanisms to deal with what she just did. And then Jean turns around and gets mad at Scott for still having a psychic rapport with Madeline. She just busts up in their little mind jam like, oh, this is what we doing in here? Like, oh, so we all invested in this love triangle with the mental mutant component. She busting up in your mind. Can you imagine that? You know, we all get caught on our, well, not we all get caught on our phone, but we've been there. Your text messages got seen. You got caught on the phone. Now you getting caught in the mind. She busting up in your thoughts like, this what y'all doing in here? Building and talking about the baby, huh? Like, wow. This is a concept we never really think about, but we can with the X-Men. And then Rogue is out here with Gambit and come to find out when they go to Genosha, because Genosha got accepted into the UN, so they celebrating on Genosha. And if you're not familiar with Genosha, that's the place where mutants can live in peace and harmony on their own little island. And Genosha looks like it's cracking. It's looking beautiful. The kids are running around. Everything's like, this look like the place to be if you're a mutant. I was like, man, this is great. Everybody's happy. They free to be themselves no matter what they look like. I'm just like, man, come on. You see little Leech running around. He got friends. And Leech doesn't have to be relegated to the sewers. He's up top on the surface in the sun and the greenery with his friends. And one of his friends, you can see his skeleton through his skin. And they just hanging out. They just on public transit, having a good time. Genosha looked like the place to be. So they show up because they doing the celebration thing because of the UN acceptance and all that. They accepting it in. So it's a big deal for the mutant population out there. So they out there, Rogue, Gambit, and Magneto. Love triangle taking a trip together. Magneto firing shots at Gambit. Rogue is saying something. This is just like he said it said it was going to be. Like, who said what was going to be? Gambit asking questions. And Gambit is like suspicious. Like, it's something going on. I don't know if it's something going on. He already don't trust Genosha because they was always up to some funny shit back in the day in the original series. So Gambit is already on the fence. And then he on the fence with Magneto. Rogue has been acting funny. Come to find out. So Rogue opens up and tells Remy, a.k.a. Gambit, that so me and Magneto, you know, we dated for a while. I can act, because of his magnetic powers, I can actually touch his skin to skin. So we just like, oh, damn. That alone is like a blow to Gambit because it's like, we ain't never been able to do that. I love you regardless, but that's something Rogue has been dealing with. So it's just like, yo, she can actually touch Magneto. So that's big. You know, she can actually smash, she can hug, she can kiss. No rank, without draining his memory and without the potential to kill him. It's hard to compete with that if you the other man. It's hard to compete with that. Every time she touched me, she gotta have gloves on. Now you out here with Magneto raw-handed? They touching raw-handed. I can't compete with the raw-handed. Damn. And so, but Gambit takes the L. He's just like, because they want Magneto and Rogue to be like the king and queen of Genosha. So she's thinking about taking that role on. And so Gambit is hurt, but he's just like, damn, man, well, you know what, man? It sucks, it hurts. He was crying, you know what I'm saying? They were having that conversation, but he was like, you know what, we just gonna have to be friends then. And I was like, yo, that's a stand-up individual to take the L and still be like, we just gonna have to be friends. A lot of people are like, yo, Gambit's soft for just taking that and still want to be her friends. That's what adulting is. You know, even though y'all broke up, we still teammates. We still in the same organization. We still got to see each other. Let's just be friends. He took the L like a G. That's what the G is for in Gambit. You know what I'm saying? So he took it like a G. But then she realizes that when she's dancing with Magneto, they're doing the whole ceremony thing, and Gambit got to take it to the face while they in the sky twirling around and doing all this lovey-dovey stuff in midair. Gambit can't even fly. So they both flying, and he just sitting there at the bar like, yeah, it's great. You know what I'm saying? He's taking it like a G. And then she realizes, like, yo, man, I think Gambit's the one, though. You know what I'm saying? I love you, and I got a little confused about you, Eric, Magneto, but I think Gambit is the one. And right when they figuring all this out, and Nightcrawler's on Genosha, and we love Nightcrawler. Everybody loves Nightcrawler. Right when they finding this out, and we just compare, we all in. There's no action, there's no nothing, but we are drawn into the love triangle and the complicated fixtures of that. Cable shows up to his mom to warn her, like, yo, it's about to go down. You got to get up out of here. And then he disappears back into the future landscape, wherever he is. And then all hell breaks loose on Genosha, man. This big-ass three-headed Sentinel shows up and is just wreaking havoc. Mad mutants are getting killed. Callisto from the sewer mutants, I don't know why. The Morlocks, she's dead. It was like mad people. The Banshee died in mid-flight. It was chaos. We almost lost Nightcrawler. It was going down. I think Madeline Pryor's dead. And so they're just trying to defend themselves against this super Sentinel, three-headed joint. We needed Godzilla and Kong on his ass. It's going down. The Watcher was watching. You see the Watcher like, you should have known. Once you see the Watcher like looking from the clouds in the sky, it was like, man, something about to go down. I saw his bald-headed ass looking. It was crazy, man. So they doing the best they can. Magneto fighting the Sentinel. He just fighting it with a whole train system. It was amazing. The action was amazing. Gambit, Rogue, they're trying to save whoever they can while still fighting. Nightcrawler's trying to teleport people out of harm's way. He almost dies in the process. And Magneto's doing the best he can. So he ends up using his shield. He got the little Marauder with the Morlock with him, Leech. And they just underneath the shield, but the Sentinel's applying pressure because the Sentinel knows that Magneto is an Omega level mutant. So they putting on full power on him. And Rogue is trying to save Magneto, and Gambit is trying to prevent Rogue from putting her life on the line for Magneto. So he's trying to keep her alive. And Magneto's like, nah, stay there. And he's trapping her down underneath some metals and stuff. It was just a dope, beautiful scene of just like self-sacrifice. And Rogue wanted to sacrifice herself. Magneto's trying to prevent her from sacrificing herself. Gambit's trying to prevent her from sacrificing herself. So it's just like, this is, as a woman, these are the type of men that any woman would love to have. Two selfless ass men, both in love with you, both dogs, both fearless. They both rise to the occasion when need be. Who got a better love triangle than Rogue? Magneto and Gambit. That's a hell of a love triangle right there. So Magneto ends up dying. And Rogue is still trying to get at that Sentinel. Gambit charges up a whole vehicle to just knock her out the way. He goes head up with the Sentinel. Sentinel just impales him. And he's just like, man, the name's Gambit, remember it. And since he was impaled, he was therefore able to transfer his charging mutant ability and charged up that whole Sentinel, and it blew up. And Gambit's dead. And Rogue is just holding him. And Rogue knows he's gone because she has a raw hand on his face and nothing's happening. She can't feel him. And that's how the episode ends. The other X-Men that are back at home are seeing this on TV. The episode was by far the best episode of any X-Men series, past or present. It was the best, some of the best Marvel stuff I've seen ever. It was just fantastic. It was emotional. My head blew off. It was gut-wrenching. It was sad. It was dope. It was perfect. So, kudos. Forget all that. Y'all want to know the Smooth Jazz Review episode 5? Well, here it is. Oh, yeah. I'm giving episode 5 saxophones out of 5. There's 5s all around, goddammit. Episode 5 is getting 5. It was perfect. Perfect. And if you haven't even checked into the series, you need to now. Because I don't know what's about to happen next, but that episode was just amazing. So, there it is. And man, look, when you in a love triangle, you want two dogs to choose from. Magneto and Gambit, they both went out like G's. Dang, Rogue. And I get it, man. Rogue is fine. She's appealing. She got personality. She got the little white streak. She got the accent. I get it, man. But woo. All right, peeps, that's my review of X-Men 97 episode 5. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comment section below. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's feeling it. Did you cry? That's what I want to know. Did your eyeballs jiggle? Did you get watery in the eyeballs? Let me know in the comment section below. I did. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? And Gambit ain't no punk. Even before he sacrificed himself, he ain't no punk for accepting the L. You got to accept the L with grace and style. And he did just that, as Gambit should. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.